Welcome back to the channel, the hub where we dive deep into the world of cameras, drones, lenses, and all the creative technology that powers photography and filmmaking today. If this is your first visit, thank you for being here. Now, let's get into something that has had the creative industry buzzing: the Sony A7V. This camera has been talked about non-stop in forums, rumor sites, and social media groups. Many are calling it the ultimate sweet spot between the more affordable Sony A7 IV and the ultra-high-end flagship Sony A1. The A7V is rumored to combine pro-level specs, next-generation autofocus, and cutting-edge video features, while still landing at a price point that makes it attainable for serious enthusiasts and working professionals. In this extended breakdown, we'll explore everything from the rumored 44-megapixel full-frame sensor and uncropped 4K at 120 FPS, to AI-powered autofocus, body redesigns, low-light performance, connectivity upgrades, and more. I'll also share my analysis on whether the A7V is shaping up to be the best hybrid camera of 2025, perfect for photographers, filmmakers, YouTubers, wedding shooters, and content creators. So grab a coffee because we're going deep into every detail. Why the Sony A7V matters. Sony has dominated the mirrorless camera market for years, and with good reason. Their A7 series has become the go-to for hybrid shooters who want high-resolution, stills without sacrificing professional-grade video. The Sony A7 III 2018 was often called the basic model that's anything but basic, offering incredible value for its time. The Sony A7 IV 2021 built on that legacy with a 33mm sensor and impressive video tools, but users often complained about cropped 4K slow motion, overheating during extended shoots, and a body that wasn't quite as ergonomic as Sony's higher-end options. The Sony A1, meanwhile, showed what was possible at the very top end, but at nearly $6,500, it's out of reach for many. Enter the A7V. Positioned as a next-generation hybrid, it promises flagship-level features without the flagship price. For wedding filmmakers, travel vloggers, documentary shooters, and landscape photographers, this could be the camera that finally delivers on the balance we've all been waiting for. Sony A7V. Rumored features and specs. Let's break it down one by one. 44MP full-frame sensor. The A7V is expected to ship with a 44-megapixel sensor, a noticeable step up from the 33MP A7 IV. Why does this matter? Sharper images. More megapixels mean more detail for landscapes, portraits, and commercial work. Cropping power. You can crop aggressively in post without losing sharpness. Better prints. Ideal for large format printing, magazine spreads, and professional galleries. While it won't be a stacked sensor like the one inside the A1, Sony has reportedly optimized readout speeds, which should minimize rolling shutter and improve overall performance for both stills and video. 20 FPS continuous shooting. Thanks to those faster readout speeds, the A7V may hit 20 frames per second with full AF AE tracking. That's nearly double the 10 FPS limit of the A7 IV. This puts the A7V in serious contention for wildlife, action, and sports photography, where capturing split-second moments is everything. Imagine tracking birds in flight, fast-moving athletes, or candid wedding moments. 20 FPS ensures you don't miss the shot. Uncropped 4K at 120 FPS. One of the biggest complaints about the A7 IV was its crop factor when shooting high frame rate video. If the rumors are true, the A7V fixes this completely full width. 4K 120 FPS with no crop, cinematic slow motion without losing your lens's field of view, better low light performance at high frame rate since you're using the full sensor. This will be a game changer for filmmakers, YouTubers, TikTok creators, and wedding shooters who want buttery smooth slow motion without compromise. 10-bit 4.2.2 internal recording. The A7V will likely support 10-bit 4.2.2 internal recording, offering far more flexibility for color grading. Add in profiles like S-Cinetone, S-Log3, and HLG, and you have a serious filmmaking tool straight out of the box. This is essential for creators who want cinematic color science without needing an external recorder. AI-powered autofocus system. Sony is already the leader in autofocus, but the A7V takes things further with a dedicated AI processing chip. Expect human, animal, and bird eye detection, expanded tracking for insects, vehicles, planes, and even sport-specific motion, smarter real-time subject recognition, even in low-light or complex environments. For hybrid creators, this could be one of the most reliable autofocus systems in the world. Advanced cooling system overheating was a thorn in the side of A7 IV users, especially during weddings, live events, or long-form YouTube content. The A7 V is rumored to adopt an improved passive cooling system, borrowing tech from the A7S III and A1. This should mean longer recording times, fewer interruptions, and a boost in reliability for professionals. Ergonomic body redesign. Sony is reportedly refining the A7 V's body. Deeper grip for comfort during long shoots, redesigned button layout for quicker access, weather sealing upgrades for outdoor use, high-resolution EVF for more accurate previews. Small changes, but they add up to a much smoother shooting experience. Improved low-light performance, even with its higher megapixel count. Sony is expected to deliver cleaner high ISO performance with better dynamic range and reduced noise. This means the A7 V could rival the A7S III in certain conditions, making it an incredibly versatile tool for both bright daylight and low-light environments. Faster connectivity and workflow. For modern creators, workflow is everything. The A7 V will likely include Wi-Fi 6 for lightning-fast wireless transfers, USB-C 3.2 for tethering and fast data transfer, cloud-ready features for automatic backup and remote sharing. For news photographers, event shooters, and content creators who need speed, this could save hours of post-shoot time. Competitive price point. Finally, price. Rumors suggest the A7 V will launch between $3,000 and $3,300. That's more than the A7 IV's launch price, but still far below the $6,500 A1. For creators who want flagship-like performance at nearly half the cost, this could be the sweet spot. Camera of 2025. Sony A7 V versus Sony A7 IVA. Natural question. Is it worth upgrading from the A7 IV to the A7 V? Sensor, 33 MP versus 44 MP. Art frame rate, 10 FPS versus 20 FPS. Video, cropped 4K 120 versus full-width 4K 120. Autofocus. Standard versus AI-powered next-gen AF cooling. Occasional overheating versus advanced thermal design. Price, $2,500 versus $3,300. For those who shoot professionally, especially in weddings, wildlife, sports, or video production, the jump to the A7 V could be a massive upgrade. Sony A7 V versus Canon and Nikon rivals. No camera exists in a vacuum. Let's compare. Canon EOS R5 Mark II. Expected to bring 8K recording and high megapixels, but Canon has historically struggled with overheating. Nikon Z8, a powerhouse for stills and video, but larger and pricier. Panasonic S5 IIIX, great video features, but autofocus still lags behind Sony. The A7 V could strike the perfect balance between affordability, performance, and reliability, especially if Sony nails the thermal performance. Who is the Sony A7 V for? Wedding videographers need long recording times, reliable autofocus, and great low-light performance. Wildlife photographers, 20 FPS burst shooting and advanced subject detection. Content creators and YouTubers, full-width 4K 120 FPS. Color depth and streaming-friendly connectivity. Landscape and travel photographers, 44 MP resolution for detail and flexibility in post-hybrid creators. The sweet spot between photo and video. Potential concerns. While the A7 V looks promising, there are 3 key things to watch. Rolling shutter. Since it's not a stacked sensor, performance and fast panning could still be an issue. Overheating. Will the cooling system truly solve it, or just delay it? Battery life. High-resolution sensors and 4K 120 FPS recording demand a lot of power. Can the Z-series battery keep up? Final thoughts. The Sony A7 V is shaping up to be one of the most exciting hybrid cameras of 2025. With its 44 MP sensor, uncropped 4K 120 FPS, AI-powered autofocus, ergonomic redesign, and competitive price point, it may become the go-to choice for professionals and serious enthusiasts alike. It has the potential to be the camera that finally balances resolution, speed, video quality, and reliability in a single body without the extreme cost of a flagship. But the verdict will depend on real-world performance. If Sony manages to solve rolling shutter and overheating while delivering the promised autofocus improvements, the A7 V could dominate the hybrid market for years to come.